Condemnation of the Spiritualists who claim to be beyond sin. There are certain Anabaptists who imagine some sort of wild debauch in place of the spiritual regeneration of believers. They fancy that God's children are restored to a state of innocence and do not need to worry about curbing fleshly appetites, but should follow the Spirit's lead, thanks to which they cannot go wrong. That such madness could seize the human mind is scarcely credible, except that they brazenly proclaim it in their teaching. Such a thing is truly monstrous. It is right, however, that those who boldly change God's truth into a lie should be punished in this way. I asked them then, is there to be no difference between depravity and integrity, righteousness and unrighteousness, good and evil, virtue and vice? This difference, they claim, stems from the curse of the old Adam, from which Christ has now freed us. So there is nothing to choose between promiscuity and chastity, honesty and cunning, truth and falsehood, fair play and theft. Away with empty fears, they say. Let us bravely follow the Spirit who will ask nothing bad of us, provided we yield to his leading. Who would not take fright at such mindless assertions? Yet this is a popular and congenial philosophy among those who, blinded by their foolish appetites, have lost all common sense. Tell me, if you will, what kind of Christ have they forged for us, and what kind of Spirit? For we acknowledge one Christ, together with his Spirit, such as the prophets promised and as the gospel revealed him to be. Yet here there is nothing remotely similar. For the Spirit whom Scripture reveals is no friend of murder, debauchery, drunkenness, pride, conflict, greed, and deceit. He is the author of love, chastity, sobriety, temperance, peace, self-control, and truth. He is not the spirit of fantasy or of the whirlwind which blows haphazardly about for good or ill. He is full of wisdom and understanding, distinguishing good from bad. He does not draw men into vile, unbridled license, but just as he discerns good and evil, so he teaches us to follow one and to flee the other. Now why do I take such pains to refute this brutish madness? For Christians, the Spirit of God has never been an idle phantom which they have dreamed up or filched from others. They know him as he appears in Scripture, where he is said to be given to us for sanctification, so that having purged us of filth and uncleanness, he may lead us to obey the righteousness of God. Obedience is impossible as long as our appetites, to which these others give free rein, are not mastered and controlled. Scripture also says that although the Spirit cleanses us by his sanctification, much weakness remains in us as long as we are enclosed in our mortal bodies. So it is that still being a long way from perfection, we need to progress day by day. And as we are entangled in many vices, we need to fight against them. We must, thus, be careful not to let the flesh surprise and betray us. We must not relax as if we were no longer in danger, unless, that is, we think we are superior to Paul in holiness of life. For he was troubled by Satan's goads, in order that in his weakness he might be made perfect in strength. We know too how solemnly he declares that the conflict between spirit and flesh, to which we have referred, lay within himself.